My name is Marek Rudak, and the goal of this video is to ignite your heart to lead in personal professional relationships by today reflecting on virtual meetings. So I don't know about you guys, but I've been very blessed to be a part of multiple events that I did regularly that gave me a great sense of joy and being connected to the wider community. And one example I'll give you is I lead a Christian group under Combined Arms, which is a better nonprofit, fantastic nonprofit. And so when we meet once a month, January through October, our goal is to, number one, have a vulnerable speaker and then have open, honest, vulnerable conversations at the table. Because what we found is that when you have a vulnerable speaker, people tend to open up their armor. And then when you have these discussions, then you can use that time together as an opportunity to connect deep relationships, because now all of a sudden everybody's been primed, everybody's been opened up, if you will, through the speaker's message. And so once you see somebody else demonstrate vulnerability, it's a lot easier to do it on your own in a group, and because of that you can develop stronger connections. And I've just seen it in my own life. Whenever things get tough, those are the kind of connections that I go back to help me through those difficult times. Because hey, let's be honest, being a Christian is not easy. Oh no, it's not. And it definitely helps to have a band of brothers, band of sisters, whatever it is, to help you get through it. And so one of the things that we're facing is that, hey, because of this virus, should we put these on hold or try to take this thing that we worked on and we kind of perfected in person to the virtual realm, to Zoom? And we decided to, let's give it a try. We knew that it wouldn't be smooth and we knew that it wouldn't be perfect. But, going back to the theme of the book, is that we didn't want to have the control get in the way of us being a loving influence in our community. In other words, we much rather take a step of faith and fail for the right reasons with the right intentions than play it safe and be missing in action during these difficult times. And so we had our first call last week, and here are some things that I learned from it. And I was wondering, what your thoughts are in general about virtual meetings, what your experiences are, and what your challenges are. But here are mine, just to kind of get you primed, and then maybe this will spark some of your own exploration. So number one is I was doubting whether we were connecting, because whenever I speak, by no means I'm perfect, I'm getting better, but when I speak, I really seek for eye contact, because that's how I can see or feel or have an idea of whether I'm connecting with the audience. But now in Zoom, I guess you do have some cameras, but first of all, not everybody has their camera on, and sometimes there's delay, and so you cannot have this immediate eye contact. And if you try to have eye contact with one person, you cannot have it with multiple people. And so, the immediate thought is that if everybody's not looking directly at me, then that means they're not interested, they're not paying attention, they're texting, doing whatever. And then another thing that I thought was challenging to me, was a challenge, or my mind made it out to be a lot bigger than it was participation. So at the end, we had an opportunity for people to ask questions, and nobody asked questions. Typically when we do it in person, we have a whole bunch of questions. This time we didn't, so I was worried that, hey, is this really resonating with the audience? So I actually ended up asking a question just to keep the discussion going. But luckily, what I did is afterwards I called some of the folks that I knew who attended and got their thoughts, and the feedback was great. And in fact, one person said that, hey, this was the only thing I looked forward to in my day. And I was like, wow, man, that's awesome. Praise the Lord that I asked these folks, because if I didn't, my the kind of the control-driven thoughts would have made me think that this wasn't really that much value added. And I think that's really my biggest learning from this whole experience, is that it's much better to keep trying to use the virtual means to be a replacement for in-person meeting as much as possible. Because if you don't, it's you will lose a lot more by not trying to than actually trying to and failing. Because here's the thing, we definitely made some mistakes, we definitely can do some things better, and guess what, that's what will help us to make those follow-on meetings better. And over time, however long it goes, each meeting is going to be better. And when we come out of it, because we will come out of it, we'll come out as a stronger community, a community that's going to be able to pick things up where we dropped it off, rather than trying to rebuild this whole thing from scratch. So anyways, I was just wondering, please chat in what your experiences are in virtual meetings so far. What have you learned? What worked for you? I'm definitely looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Until next time, God bless, and talk to you soon.